If you love mounts, if there's that one elusive mount that you cannot seem to find, or you just don't know what you need to do to get it, you've come to the right place, so stick around. Also, be sure to stick around to the end of the video where I will give you a tip on 10 mounts that you can farm daily. Today we're going to be taking a look at the mounts that you can earn in World of Warcraft. Now, by far we're not going to have time to look at every one, but the ones that are most rare or find people farming for them more often are the ones we'll be looking at. Now be sure to stick around for the whole video, because at the end I'll give you a list of 10 mounts that you can farm on a daily basis. And below, if you take a look, you'll find some timestamps that will make it easy for you to jump between mounts that you're interested in easily. Now, the very first one we're going to look at is the coming from the Vault of Archivon. Now, the Vault of Archivon is not up at all times. It is only up during the point of your faction having the zone, having control of the zone. Now, it does drop from a boss, one of the few bosses in that instance. It is not a 100%, but it is a very nice looking design. So let's go ahead and move on to the Drake of the North Wind. And here it is. Drake of the North Wind. You kill Arterius in the Vortex Pinnacle. You can also get Drake of the East Wind for Glory of the Cataclysm Raider. Very nice looking mount. And the Ironbound ProtoDrake for Glory of the Aldar Raider. Very nice mount as well. Now, the Bronze Drake comes from the culling of Stratholme, and you must kill the Infinite Corruptor. And this is a timed instance, so you will have to be moving pretty quickly. Next, we're going to take a look at the Primordial Direhorn. There are a set of 4 of these mounts. The very first one comes from Ondasta, the giant T-Rex on Isle of Giants. And the other ones, the Amber, Jade, and Slate Primordial Direhorn, comes from the Zandalari Warbringers, and they can be found all over the Mystic Pandaria zone. Now, they are not up 24 hours a day, so you will have to watch for them very closely. They are soloable, however, they was not at one time, they are now. Okay, next we're going to go to the Timeless Isle. And we're going to take a look at the Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent coming from Hulan on the Timeless Isle. Now, Hulan is a rare spawn. He is not up at all times, so this is something you will need to to watch and just farm for. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the Iron Hoof Destroyer, coming from Blackrock Foundry, Mythic only, and dropping from Blackhand only. Very nice mount. I particularly love the fire coming from the horn and from the armor. Definitely a nice mount. Next, we're going to go to Mogushan Vault, and we're going to take a look at Astral Cloud Serpent. Very unique mount, to put it mildly. And this comes from the Cachet of Pure Energy. Now, there are two more mounts that's on my list that do not drop in game anymore. You can only get them from the black market auction house. And those mounts are the Plagued ProtoDrake and the Swift Zullan Tiger. For those of you that played back in days of vanilla, you know that the Zullan Tiger was one of the most sought after mounts in the game. And they did take it out when they changed the Zulgrub from a raid down to a 5-man. Next we have the Raven Lord. And you kill Anzu in Sephic Halls, Heroic. Next, Stratholme. And we will be going old school here, Stratholme. And looking at Rivendare's Death Charger. You will need to kill Lord Arius Rivendare. If you're level 100, 110, even a 90, should have no problem with this. Back in the day, it did present a problem, but that was many, many levels ago. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Swift White Hawk Strider and the Ashes of Alar. Now both of these mounts come from the Tempest Keep zone and the Eye, and they both drop off of the same boss. Kel'Thuzad and Kel'Thuzad Sunstrider. And I know I'm probably butchering that name. Oh well. Next, we're going to take a look at the Obsidian Sanctum mount. And that is going to be the Black Drake, and the Twilight Drake. And here. Next, we're going to go to Karazhan. And we're going to take a look at the Fiery Warhorse. Drops off a tune, the Huntsman, in Karazhan. Be sure you go to the old Karazhan, because that's the only place that I can confirm that does drop this. It's not a 100%, but it is definitely worth looking into. Now, the next one is going to be the Onyxian Drake, coming from Onyxia in Onyxia's lair. And next we're going to go back to Zulgrub and take a look at the Swift Zullan Panther. Now this one drops off of the Panther boss in Zulgrub. Also, we have another mount dropping in that same instance. The armored Razzashi Raptor dropping off of the Raptor boss. And next we have the Blue Drake. Which comes from the Eye of Eternity, the final boss. And the blue ProtoDrake coming from an upgrade pinnacle. You have to kill Scotty the Ruthless. So that is definitely one that's going to take a time. It's a very low drop rate, but it is a very nice map. Next, we're going to take a look at the Sapphire Riverbeast. And this one comes from Sunhide in Calador. And that is a very unique mount. It's too hot for you. You got your built-in canopy. Next, we have Poseodus, Reins of Poseodus. And this mount does not even come up on the list, only because it is a very rare world drop. The mount itself is 100%, I believe, if you get lucky enough to find the boss that drops it. So it is going to take some getting used to patterns of that boss. And definitely, as I said, it does look very, very nice. Now, the next one is going to come from Negron, the old Warlords of Draenor Negron, not the old one. And it is going to be the Mottled Meadowstomper. And it's going to come from Wukong, and that's a rare, of course, Meadowstomper. Next, we have Pound Fist. Everybody knows what the Pound Fist grind is like. It is one of the most annoying mounts to ever get, but it is a status symbol, and it's a very cool mount to have. You're going to need to go on over to Gorgon and just fly around, because he does spawn in different places. And then the Shah of Anger. Now, I don't know about you, but we used to travel as a guild and go out and kill like the Shah of Anger, more or less just in order to try for this mount. Very few people I know of have it. It is a very unique mount, but not one that a lot of people have. Now, we also have Firelands next, which is going to give us two mounts. Flametalon of Alysrazor, off of course, Alysrazor, every how you say that name. And then Ragnaros will drop Pureblood Firehawk. Now, culling of Stratholme is going to give you the Bronze Drake. You'll need to kill Infinite Corruptor. I believe I've already mentioned this one earlier, but if not, I just wanted to make sure that it did get in. Also, in upgrade keep, we have the blue ProtoDrake and the black ProtoDrake, both coming from Scotty the Ruthless. I know I mentioned one of those earlier. Just wanted to make sure they all got in. And then the Amani Battle Bear. And here it is. And this one, it's a timed situation. If you get through it and you get through it in time, you will get the bag. And the bag does have a 100% drop, I believe, for the Amani Battle Bear. Next, we have Stone Core. And that is going to drop the Stone Drake here. Beautiful mount. Very, very unique. And for those of you that are collecting the drakes, you're going to always want to get the Sandstone Drake. Now, it is an alchemy drake. It does sell very quickly on the auction house. So if you see it, you want it, you might want to grab it quickly. Next, we're going to go over the ones you can get from the vendor. And that would be the Vicious War Kudu from Ogamar, from Depth Guard Natharian, costing you 1 Vicious Saddle. The Amani Brown Bear coming from Dalaran for 400 gold. And we're coming close to the end of our list. We have now Mythic Siege of Ogamar. Siege of Ogamar gives us the Korkron Juggernaut. Mythic only with a Hellscream kill. Also, from the Glory of the Firelands achievement, you can get the Corrupt Firehawk. Bring that one up. And for those of you that love purple, I've seen some people even deck their character out in with purple as a transmog head to toe. This would definitely finish the look. Next, we have the Icebound Frostblood Vanquisher. And here it is. And this comes from the Glory of the Ice Crown Raider, 25 man only. And then we have the Bloodplease. That comes from the 10-man version of that achievement. And then we have the Hellfire Infernal. And this mount, it definitely does have a look at all its own. And here it is. Of course, this comes from Mythic Gul'dan and Vanatho. So it is definitely a mount to work for. Now, as promised at the beginning of this video, I told you I would give you the list of the 10 mounts that you can farm every day. That would be the Swift Zullan Panther, the Armored Razzashi Raptor, Ravenlord, Ribbandair's Depth Charger, the Virtuous Stone Drake, Swift White Hawkstrider, Blue ProtoDrake, Bronze Drake, and the Amani Battle Bear. Those are the ones that you can farm for on a daily basis. Now, I hope this video has helped you out in some way. I hope it will help you find the mount that you're wanting and needing. If it does, or if you just enjoy seeing these kinds of videos, great. Give a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. And also, be sure to look down below because I'm going to put links to each and every one of these mounts. That way you can look them up through the link, do a little bit more research, and go get them. So that does it for this video. Until next time, thank you and have a good day.